Hey, this is Fabian at GA Property Management. I'm here with Greg, our broker, to get a little bit of information and some tips on listing agents who are selling a property with a tenant already inside.
Great. This can be so easy if you do your work on the front end, and it will help you make a smoother transaction. It'll help the buyer's agent will love you much more because you are prepared and ready to go. First thing is, when you go out and you're getting ready to list the property, call the tenant. Call the tenant and tell them what's getting ready to happen. And if the tenant has a longer lease, 6 or 8 months, notify them and tell them you're okay. We're going to honor that lease even though the property's for sale. You want to get the tenant reassured, and that will help the showings later on down the road. That's the first thing that I would do as a listing agent, and I have found that it provides the best bang for the buck at that time. Then you want to start getting as much documentation as you can. A copy of the lease, a copy of the application if possible, if it's a property management company that's dealing with it, any work order history to know the history of the property that's been out there. If you can get a tenant ledger to show that the tenant's been paying on time. These are really powerful things when the buyer's agent comes because they're going to ask you for it anyway. And another tip is make sure the owner has the tenant security funds. You want to do that on the front end to make sure that they're aware that those monies are not going to be the owner's permanently, that they transfer to the new buyer at the sale. So you want to have that conversation way ahead of time that this is ready to go, verify it's the same amount that is on the lease, and you're ready to go. Also, keys. Make sure that the keys that the owner gives you are the same keys that the tenant's using on the houses. Yeah. Sometimes a tenant will rekey the house. You've gone out there, you put the lockbox on, and the keys don't work because the tenant changed the keys. The last thing you want to do is make sure that once the sale goes through, the old landlord is transferring all the documentation to the new landlord and sending a statement to the tenant. I no longer accept payments. I am no longer the emergency contact. So you want to make sure that the new landlord, the new landlord's agent, has that information ready at closing. And if you follow these little tips ahead of time, on the front end, they make your closing so much smoother and your negotiations on the way to closing so much smoother. So hope those tips are helpful.
No, that was great. Thank you.